Joe Palca, Annoying, The Science of What Bugs Us. Dive into the intriguing world of annoyances with the book Annoying, The Science of What Bugs Us by Joe Palca. This summary will enlighten you on the subjective nature of annoyances, explain why certain sights, sounds, and smells revolt us, and reveal how annoyance levels can differ greatly between individuals. You will also discover how various factors affect our perception and response to annoying elements in our lives. This book offers a unique and fascinating perspective on the things that bother us, and helps us better understand the complexity of human reactions.
The Science of Annoyance. Annoyance is a universal human experience, yet defining it is challenging. What irritates one person might be invigorating to another. Researchers explain the phenomenon of hedonic reversal, where pain and pleasure become blurred, which explains why people enjoy eating spicy food or watching sad movies. However, measuring degrees of annoyance is subjective since pain and taste differ from person to person. Women tend to have a higher pain tolerance than men, and overweight individuals get more irritated than those of average size or underweight. Regardless of the cause, annoyances tend to impede productivity and hinder critical thinking. Sights and sounds of annoyance. Some sounds are universally annoying, and a person's visceral reaction to certain sounds may be traced to primitive occurrences in human evolution. In his study of sounds that irritate people, psychology professor Randolph Blake found that removing middle-range frequencies made sounds less irritating. He hypothesized that people associate certain sounds, like screams, with unpleasant experiences. Blake's discovery that the frequency analysis of a scraping sound resembled warning cries of some monkeys won his 2006 paper an Ig Nobel Prize. According to Trevor Cox of Salford University, bodily noises like knuckle cracking are universally annoying. However, Cox's Bad Vibes Internet research project revealed that the worst sound in the world is vomiting. The Science of Skunk Spray and Odor Perception. Forest creatures avoid skunks due to their noxious spray loaded with sulfur molecules called thiols. While human odor preferences or dislikes are a matter of conditioning, association, and context-shaped perception. Psychologist Rachel Herz and researcher Julia Von Cleff conducted a study on how odors are perceived based on labeling and found that participants' reactions varied based on the assigned name. People tend to dislike ammonia because it is physically irritating, and they don't separate the smell from the sensation. William Wood, a chemist at Humboldt State University, studies skunk spray to understand its chemical composition. Dealing with annoyances. Sounds and smells belong to a different category of bothersome stimuli. Though frustrating, unexpected annoyances like traffic jams or flight delays are manageable. Handling annoyances involves not letting them disturb you or lose concentration in certain professions. Interestingly, the same behavior that irritates you in your partner can be ignored when someone outside the relationship acts the same way. For instance, a doctor should not let mechanical buzzes distract them during surgery. Similarly, in a major 2007 league playoff, Yankees pitcher Joba Chamberlain lost his composure and allowed his team to tie the game due to a swarm of tiny insects on the field. He later admitted not exhibiting better self-control. Managing annoyances in relationships. Everyone has habits that irritate others, but when living with a partner or spouse, these minor irritations can escalate to cause significant friction. According to Michael Cunningham, a psychology professor at the University of Louisville, social allergens are environments and behaviors that cause annoyance and stress, leading to a breakdown in communication and relationships. Cunningham has divided these social allergens into four main categories: uncouth habits, inconsiderate acts, intrusive behaviors, and norm violations. Stressful situations trigger a heightened state of annoyance, and it is essential to recognize that these irritations are often related to personalized sensitivities shaped over years of upbringing or points of view. Cunningham advises maintaining distance where necessary, understanding each other's quirks, and reframing irritations as endearing behaviors to prevent these allergens from undermining relationships. Understanding annoyances. Anthropologist Catherine Lutz's research shows that people's cultures greatly influence and shape their emotions, making some societies better equipped to handle annoyances than others. Americans' emphasis on independence and self-determination explain why situations such as traffic and long lines are irritating, while Asian cultures prioritize the larger whole and find noisy conversations offensive. Meanwhile, Swiss culture is known for being inflexible with time, and Mexicans have a more relaxed attitude towards punctuality. Overall, the way people perceive and react to their environment is greatly influenced by their cultural conditioning and sense of identity. Understanding this can help individuals cope with temporary annoyances and learn to let them go.
As you have discovered in this summary of Annoying, the science of what bugs us, annoyances come in a wide array of forms, varying greatly from person to person and culture to culture. The science behind our experiences of annoyance lies in the subjective nature of our perceptions, our personal backgrounds, and even our evolutionary history. By exploring our reactions to different stimuli and understanding the reasons behind them, we can gain better control over our responses to the various vexations in our lives. Ultimately, the key to dealing with annoyances is to learn to accept them as temporary inconveniences in the grand scheme of life, and to focus our energies on more important matters at hand.